Hi there, my name is Max Doolin, otherwise known as Strikeout, and this is my course on heap exploitation. I taught this at DEF CON, CanSec West, TorCon, and a bunch of other places. I had a really good time doing it. So, why did I do this in the first place? When I first tried to learn heap exploitation, I found it to be extremely difficult. And it took me a while to understand why. But most things teach techniques. They don't teach you how the allocator actually works. And I think there is an assumption that people knew how the allocator worked before really getting into the weeds of the techniques. And this is akin to trying to pwn a basic buffer overflow on the stack without understanding how the stack works. If you don't understand that when we're trying to go back to the previous function, it's going to grab the previous instruction pointer from the stack and put that into the PC register, then the whole technique doesn't really make sense. And imagine that, but 1,000 times worse, because the heap is so much more complicated than how the stack works. So in this course, we're going to go through this in kind of a different way. Most of the time, you'd be learning all about the techniques, but here we're going to go through the glibc malloc internals first. We're going to talk about chunks, we're going to talk about bins, we're going to talk about the ordering of malloc and all of that good stuff. After that, we're going to go through heap specific vulnerability classes, namely use after freeze, double freeze, and might even talk a little bit about arbitrary freeze if I feel like it this time. And then we're going to talk about lots of fun techniques. Once you understand how the allocator works, the techniques just fall right out of it. If you're using a linked list and you change an element in the linked list, that's pretty obvious. But if you don't understand how the heap works, then none of that stuff makes sense. Finally, my personal favorite module is more of a test. I've built a purposely vulnerable HTTP server from scratch that has 4 or 5 different vulnerabilities that require creative aspects in order to exploit. I think it's really fun. Although I don't teach every technique in this course, they are good jumping off points to understanding the other ones as well. Besides saying name's Max Doolin, I didn't really say who I am. I'm a security engineer. I used to work at Security Innovation where I developed this course, which is why all of these slides are still going to be branded that way. But now I work as a Web3 or blockchain security researcher at a company called Asymmetric Research. In the past, I've spoken at TyphoonCon, ThoughtCon, IoT Village. I'm a black badge winner for the ICS CTF at DEF CON. I do a lot of different fun things. But for the heap stuff, which is probably what you care about, I've done this workshop all over the place. I'm a frequent contributor to a thing called How to Heap. I didn't create a technique called the House of Money, but I named it, revived the technique called the House of Mind, and I also played around with a technique that I named House of IO Heap Reuse. That's why we're here. I do have to give some shout outs though. The first one I need to give out to is my buddies who helped me build this course. Every time I created a module, I had it tested by 2 separate sets of people at my old company, Security Innovation. This included Zach Miniker, Kenzie Dolan, Nathan Kirkland, Kevin Choi, Max Arnold, and Elizabeth St. Germain. And without all these people, this course wouldn't be as good as it was today. They gave me such good feedback as I was going through this, and I'm really appreciative. And the other shout I need to give is Security Innovation. I built this on company time, and I'm very grateful for everything and all the time that they let me put into this. So with that, let's go pwn the heap.